Hello there, welcome back to the Lazy Arquitecto channel where we are all about finding different ways to save you time, right? Working in AutoCAD. So again, if you are new, my name is Irving and I show up here each Sunday at 10 a.m. with again a new way to simplify your life, right? Working in AutoCAD. So thank you for being here with us. We're gonna start soon. We already have some comments on the chat that I'm gonna be reading soon. So very excited for today's live stream where I'm gonna share my best three command shortcuts that I changed, right? So I improved my productivity immediately in AutoCAD. So before I start reading some of your comments, there are a couple of things that I want to mention. So we have people on the chat already. Kumar, Jeff, Doug, Asad is also in the chat. We're gonna read your comments soon. First I wanna tackle some technical difficulties on the live stream. So let me see something over here. Can you hear me right, guys? Can you let me know if you can see my, like, what do you see on my screen right now? Do you see the thanks for supporting page, or do you see the UNA menu? Oh, that's what is not working, I guess, because right now on my computer I am on the thanks for supporting. Do you guys see that? Oh, nice, awesome. Yeah, I just want to fix this because on our last live stream I was changing these different scenes, right? And you guys were only seeing me on my tiny little corner. So, and I remember Doug said, can you make your screen bigger? And I was seeing my screen bigger, but you didn't. So that's why I just wanna make sure that you guys are seeing my screen correctly. That's all. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so let me quickly mention the two things before we start reading your comments. All right, so I want to welcome to our new YouTube member, which is Lewis. Thank you very much for believing on what we do here on the show, and I want to say thank you to all of you who are on my screen, right? Because you guys are supporting these live shows and I really appreciate it. So the second thing I want to mention is that since our second CAD meeting, Zoom CAD meeting is coming, right? By every end of the month, we do these CAD meetings via Zoom. So we're gonna have our second CAD meeting this coming Saturday, the 25th. So we're gonna have a contest by the end of this live stream. So stay tuned for that, right? For this contest, it's gonna be fun, and somebody's gonna be able to win something very special. All right, so those were the two things I want to mention. Let's jump to the chat now. I want to start reading some of your comments. Say hi to you. How are you guys doing today, right? So let's go, and we have a comment on the chat. Is a Sam says welcome all. Welcome Asad. I don't know if it's your first time showing on our live streams, but if it is, welcome, and I'm glad that you are here. So Wellington is on the chat, says good morning from Isla Morada in Florida. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know where are you connecting from, Jeff. For instance, I am in Pennsylvania in the United States, right? Specifically in Philadelphia. So that's where I am right now. Our friend Duke says, good morning, Irving. Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, Duke. Thank you for being here with us, right? Now I see that you're saying hello to everyone. That's awesome that we are starting to not only interact with me, but also with everybody here on the live show, right? In the community. That's awesome that I'm seeing that, Duke, interaction between you guys. That's great. So Duke says yes. I think that was the question that I asked before. Thank you guys for helping me troubleshoot quickly those technical difficulties. Jeff says yes, thanks for supporting. Okay. So Felicia Hernández says, good morning, Lazy Arquitecto, bendiciones, bien por transmitir en vivo. Gracias, Felicia. Gracias por estar aquí hoy con nosotros. If you didn't know, Spanish is my first language, so because I am originally from Peru in South America. So thank you, Felicia. Jeff Wellington says on vacation. Wow, that's great, Wellington. Wanna be in vacation too. That's awesome. Asad says hi, Master Irving. Hi, Asad again. I'm glad you're here with us, and we're gonna learn something very, very awesome today, right? That you can immediately apply to your workflows in Autocad. So we have another comment on the chat. Is Ravi. Ravi says, hi sir, I have learned a lot from you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and for letting everybody know that some of these lessons and tutorials were useful, right? So that's like a motivation for me to keep showing up each Sunday, right? Live at 10 a.m. So thank you, Ravi, for sharing your thoughts. Ahmad says, can I watch this live again after ends? That's a good question, Ahmad. And basically, if you are a supporter of my work, right, as a YouTube member, of course you could rewatch any of our past live streams. However, if you are not, I think you only can watch these live shows live, right? So yeah, that would be the answer, my friend Ahmad. And the idea is because there are some folks that believe on what we do, right? So they like to support us, and I want also to find a way to say thank you to these folks, right? So that's the way that I found. So to save or make these past recordings for our live shows available to those folks, right, that are supporting the show. So that's a thing. So Ahmad, hopefully I answered your question. All right, I think we're gonna start right now, and as always I like to say that you can interrupt me at any moment, right, during my presentation, because I want to make this an interactive lesson, right? We are live. If that's one of the benefits of being live, that you can quickly ask me anything while I'll do the presentation, and we'll be able to read your comments live. So we have another comment on the chat. Says, it's Ravi, says, my organization has now transferred from Autocad to BricsCAD. Oh, that's some interesting news, Ravi. If you can share why they did that, that would be awesome, so we can learn maybe a little bit more about BricsCAD, right? Thank you for sharing, and I think we are ready to start. We have Doug on the chat says, yes, it is a big runner-up. Let's see. Ahmad says, thanks, bro. Thank you, Ahmad, for being here with us live. We have 10 people connected. That's awesome that you are here with us with 10 people, right? Very excited for that we keep growing and growing. And each week we got a new YouTube member or a new Patreon. So that means that we're doing something good over here, right? So thank you for believing on our work. So I guess we're ready to start. So I'm gonna get ready over here and let's see how these shows goes. All right, so let me go over here and hide the comment. Okay. All right. When I first began my job, my goal was to enhance my productivity and keep my position, right? Unfortunately, the slow functioning of Autocad commands was frustrating my progress. So what I did? I modified 3 command shortcuts that took my skills to the next level. So it all started after hearing multiple tutorials saying you need to change the shortcut for the circle command to the copy command for C because you don't use circle too much. Later on, with the experience, I realized that changing shortcuts keywords in AutoCAD can actually cause confusion and mistakes during the adjustment period. It can also create difficulties collaborating with others who are not familiar with these new shortcuts, leading of course to decreased productivity. So, however, there was one keyboard shortcut that I discovered needed to be changed immediately, and this was the keyboard shortcut for the close command. What I found was that one of the commands that I loved the most was the save command, right? With the keyboard shortcut Control S. So that was one of my favorite commands, Control S, very quick and easy to use to save my drawings. But when I wanted to close my drawings, I needed to go and find the X on my drawing to close my drawing like so. Or I could also go and close my drawing from the other X icon. So I wish there were a keyboard shortcut that I can quickly close my drawing. And not only that, but with the policies at the office where they require us to first go to paper space, zoom extend our drawing, and then close our drawing. These were too many steps. It was a very bad way to save time in AutoCAD, right? So then what I did is, again, I changed immediately this keyboard shortcut for the close command that could quickly activate, going to paper space, zoom extend my drawing, and then of course close my drawing, similar to the Control S for the save command, right? So how I did it was I opened the CUI for the customizer user interface in AutoCAD, and then I went to the shortcut menus over here, to the keyboard shortcuts over here. So I expanded those ones and found the shortcut keys. Over here, what I did is, let me remove this. So over here, what I did was create a new command by clicking the star icon, and of course rename my command to close. Then I proceeded to change the macro string to emote and 0, because this will immediately switch between model to paper space. Then I proceeded to do a zoom extend, and finally I proceeded to use the close command. So these were the steps I did before I assigned my keyboard shortcut to this quick command. So after I of course applied the changes, what I did is dragged it to my keyboard shortcuts over here at the bottom. And the reason why I did this is because the keyboard shortcut will take preference starting from the bottom and all the way up. So once I dragged the command to this keyboard shortcut list, then what I needed to do was go and click on the access keys to be able to assign my preferred keyboard shortcut. So the one that I assigned was the Control Q. So the Control Q. Oops. Let me erase this really quick because I have a duplicate. Right. So what I did is apply the Control Q. Oops. Okay, let me erase this because I have two of those. So I'm gonna erase this one, delete. Okay. Oops, 1 second guys, hold on. Okay, let me start again. The problem was that I already created this keyboard shortcut, and let's see. Okay, close. And 1 second guys, stay there. I'm having a difficulty here where I created this keyboard shortcut before and now I have double, and it's not letting me assign the keyboard shortcut that I want. So 1 second over here. All right, let's try this out. All right, so anyway, so after I added my keyboard shortcut, right, I assigned it the Control Q, or you could also use the Control Shift Q, and click OK. So once I proceeded to click apply and OK, what's gonna happen is that similarly to the Control S for saving your drawing, I could now use my keyboard Control Q or Control Shift Q to quickly go to paper space and save my drawing and close it. Of course, I could simply say yes, and that way I created one of my first awesome keyboard shortcuts that quickly let me use the Control Q or Control Shift Q if you want to quickly switch to paper space and close your drawing, right? Similarly to the Q save command with the Control S to save your drawings. So that was one of my first keyboard shortcuts that immediately improved my productivity in AutoCAD, especially with the new policies at the office, right? So before we continue, we have a comment on the chat, and it's our friend Dropout Engineer says, hello sir. Hello Dropout Engineer, thank you for being here with us today, where we are customizing 3 keyboard shortcuts that will help us be more productive in AutoCAD, like the one we just saw for closing our drawings quickly with the Control Q in paper space, right? So let's see, you have another comment, says in the AutoCAD inbuilt commands is Shift plus W knobs, well, but I have to customize with Shift plus W and isolate objects. Can you please suggest it is possible or not? Command Shift knobs, well, yes, that's possible, my friend, and we're gonna see that on our next keyboard shortcut that we must change in AutoCAD to be more productive. So let me show you that one right now. So let's go to the second exercise, and the second exercise is gonna be, so after changing my first keyboard shortcut, I found out a second command in AutoCAD that needed to change also the keyboard shortcut immediately, because it was a pain to be typing this command over and over. So what I did to change this shortcut for this command was to go and use the AI edit cust file, and this will basically edit a file in the AutoCAD program, and the file that we wanted to edit was the ACAD PGP. So that the next thing that I did to open again my ACAD PGP file inside the AutoCAD, and over here we could see all of the different aliases for all of the commands that AutoCAD have currently. But the important part was when I went all the way down and found that the users could define some command aliases or shortcuts too. So the way I did it was creating or copying a couple of these lines, right? And going underneath and pasted it. And that way I could quickly change some of these informations. For instance, what I typed was my custom command shortcuts, and I could now assign a keyboard shortcut for the command that I thought will immediately increase my productivity, and this command was the select similar. Yes, this command basically didn't have any keyboard shortcut, so that's why it was important to assign it one. So the keyboard shortcut that I assigned it was the SS for select similar. So after this, what I did was simply save this file, right? And then go over here in Autocad, and the extra step that I needed was to use the reinit command. And basically this was a way to refresh this PGP file in Autocad. So once we did that, we needed to check the file again and click OK. So that way we could go ahead and select anything here for this example, and simply type the SS for select similar, and we could quickly select all of our lights. And in this specific example, I wanted to change all of my lights from existing to new, so I could quickly do that now using my new keyboard shortcut, right? So that was the second keyboard shortcut that immediately helped me to be more productive working in Autocad, right? So one of the final commands that I changed the keyboard shortcut, and I believe you should too, was again going back to our ACAD PGP file. So what I did is copy again one of the same lines down and change or assign a keyboard shortcut for my third command that I realized was essential to do that. And this command was the T-orient command, and the keyboard shortcut that I used was the TO. So after I did this, of course, I could save my file and again use the reinit command to update or refresh my PGP file. So after this, I noticed, of course, that all of my text were rotated on my lighting. So that was an easy step for me to use my new shortcut TO for my T-orient command, and I could simply select all of my lights and accept that and rotate them all at once. So these were the 3 keyboard shortcuts that immediately boosted my productivity in Autocad, and I believe it's gonna help you too. So let me jump to the chat now and ask you, what do you think about these 3 keyboard shortcuts? Do you think are gonna be helpful to you? Would you be implementing them on your workflow? Yes or no? I want to hear from you guys. So let me go over here on the on the comment section, and let's start reading some of your comments before we do our contest, right? So what do you think about these 3 keyboard shortcuts that I'm recommending that you change right immediately if you want to be more productive in Autocad? I use these 3 keyboard shortcuts every day, over and over again, when working in this architecture firm that I usually go. And we have a comment in the chat. It says, Asad says, I'm also glad to join your class. I'm also glad to join your class. That's awesome, Asad, that we are glad to have you here, right? With 10 people connected. Very happy that more and more folks are joining us live each Sunday now. So very excited for that. Duke, our friend Duke, says, I forgot all about the PGP file. We used to change many commands in it before their contextual menu by right-clicking. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this, Duke. Now, I'm not a big fan of changing all of my keyboard shortcuts, right? Remember the example that I gave, that there are many tutorials online recommending, oh, you need to change the C keyboard shortcut for the copy because you use a lot of copy and you don't use the circle command. No, no, no. Don't ever do that. There will come problems. For instance, there in offices there are other folks that might need your computer and you might immediately confuse them, right? Or what happens if you get used to these new keyboard shortcuts and then you need to go and jump to a different computer at work or at home? It will cause some trouble. But these 3 keyboard shortcuts that I just recommend, they are you need to change them immediately, because for instance the select similar doesn't have any keyboard shortcut, so it's a great reason to change it, right? We have a SAT also says, I will try to be in your class always. That's awesome, Asad. Thank you for that interest and for being active here. We show up here each Sunday, so you can join us each Sunday, my friend. Duke says, for make current was a big one. LA for make current. Are you talking about make current the layer? Yeah, I think you're referring to the layer make current. Yeah, that's a good one too, Duke. Duke says, just a few added, like making a layer current, which years ago was not available. Oh, so that's a good comment, Duke. And by your comment, I can tell that you also just change the keyboard shortcuts for the ones that weren't available, right? For the layer current that you're saying. And that's what I think too, because if not, I could right now change all of my keywords, right, to C for copy instead of circle, this for the other, and then it will be a big mess. So I'm not a fan of that, but the 3 commands that I just gave you, you can change them because they don't have keyboard shortcuts. So Duke says correct. So thank you, Duke, for your comments. So I think we're gonna start our contest. All right. So our contest is very simple. I want to, since our next CAD meeting via Zoom is coming next week on the 25th, I want to give an opportunity to one of you guys who are not a YouTube member to join our Zoom meeting, right? So I want to give that opportunity. If you want to join our Zoom meeting, our CAD meeting, just say meeting on the chat and I'm gonna pick a winner. So again, if you are not a YouTube member but you would like to assist to our next CAD meeting on Saturday the 25th, you can say meeting on the chat. I know my friend Duke is a YouTube member, so Duke, you're good, but if you still want to participate, that's fine, for fun. But you will be on our next CAD meeting, Duke, because you are a member of our you are a supporter of our shows on YouTube, right? So but Asad, so you're saying meeting, that's great, Asad. So our friend Duke says I'll be there. Yes, Duke, that was awesome. The last time, our first CAD meeting, we got to chat, and that was awesome to learn more about you, to change or share some experiences. So yeah, if you want to participate on our next CAD meeting, that's the second CAD meeting that we're doing via Zoom. This contest is very simple. Just say meeting on the chat and I'm gonna pick a winner right now and in a couple of seconds. So Duke says it was great. Yeah, Duke, I had a fun time. Yeah, so that's what we're doing, our second CAD meeting, right? We want to keep doing this each month, right? By the end of each month, So very excited for that, Duke. And so far Assad is participating. So if Assad in 15 seconds, if nobody else is meeting, you'll be automatically the winner, Assad. So let's cross fingers for you, my friend. So we have Duke says meeting, it was great. Assad says Jeff Wellington says missed the last one, but I will be there Saturday. Awesome, Jeff. I know you are also a supporter of our work, so that's awesome that you are confirming your assistant for next Saturday. Do you hear that, Duke? Do you hear that Jeff is also gonna be there? So we'll be talking about, if for some folks that don't know what's a CAD meeting, quickly, a CAD meeting is a way that in any office, for instance in the architecture office that I work, there are monthly CAD meetings where the whole office join, and they have they start sharing some tips and tricks, some techniques in AutoCAD, or it can be also related to any other program. They usually have pizza or some kind of fun stuff, so it's great. So that's kind of in the professional environment. Duke says, I hear fantastic, says Duke, because he's gonna be there also in our CAD meeting. Duke, Jeff, awesome guys. So I'll see you this Saturday. And our friend Assad says, can you make a video in detail about UCS, but in detail? Sure, Assad. So that might be a good topic for our next Lazy Question Show, right? People that don't know, the Lazy Question Show is basically where I pick one of your comments in any of our videos and answer you live, right? That's a show that we implemented, and we have, I think, 2 episodes so far. So if you want to know more about them, you can check them out. But Assad, so I'm gonna write this down and see if I could use it for our next Lazy Question show. Jeff says pizza definitely will be there. I mean, we're doing this virtually in Zoom, so I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we can have pizza, I guess. All right, guys. So since Assad was the only one who participated on the contest that said meeting on the chat, Assad, congrats, you are the winner, my friend, for joining us on our next CAD meeting. So you don't need to be a member or anything for this contest. So you won, and I'm gonna give you the Zoom link and the details. So just send me your email, right? In any of my videos, just put it on the comments, send me an email. Oh, I think you already have my email. You emailed me before. So I'm gonna send you the Zoom link because you are the winner of today's contest and you won a place on our next CAD meeting, the Saturday 25th. Awesome. Awesome. Douglas says, congrats, Assad. Assad says, thank you. Says, you have my email. Yeah, Assad, I think I have your email. Yeah, you're right. All right, so 4 people so far for our Zoom. That's awesome. Very excited for that. We can share some experiences. We can ask questions. It's gonna be fun, guys. More and more people are joining our Zoom meetings now. Very excited for that. So Assad says, thanks, Doug. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna stop right here and go and get breakfast, right? Like always, I finish these live streams very hungry. So thank you to all of you who are still with me here. 11 people, that was awesome. and hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, right? I'm gonna start preparing the topic for our next live stream, so stay tuned for that. As Sad says, have a nice and good day. Duke says, have a good day also. So guys, that was awesome today, and I'll see you next Sunday at 10 a.m.